All right, guys, let's check out this limited Hodinkee Swatch Sistem51 watch. Big thanks to my buddy Adam over at 1010 Talk for sending over this and a few other watches. And again, Adam, thanks again for hooking me up with that initial D G-Shock Square. That was awesome. Big thanks for that. So let's get back into this guy here. I've had the Sistem51 swatches on my channel before. I'm not sure if I've had the Hodinkee release models though. This one is the third in a row. There's two prior to this one, and they call this one the Generation 1986. So a lot of its inspiration is drawn from some of the colors that were used in the 1986 releases from Swatch, which kind of dates back to about when I started having interest in the Swatch brand. And I think I remember, there's no way I'd be able to find a picture, but I remember having a Swatch watch in 1986. So this color kind of resonates with me. I love the patinaed cream-colored indices with the splash of red, and then the bold white hands with the red seconds hand, and then the date down at 6, all captured with a black strap and a black plastic case. This combo just works. This one works better than all of the other ones that I've looked at. And it comes with, or it came with, these are long since sold out. Again, here I am showing you guys watches that pretty much are going to be reliant on the secondary market to be able to get. So the package is actually exclusive to just this watch as well, with all the Hodinkee H's all tied together, which you'll see that on the back side of this watch here in a moment as well. Sistem51, The Mechanical Revolution by Swatch. And again, like I said, a Hodinkee Limited. And then it comes in this plastic container that would go, you know, then the sleeve goes in there, and then you would actually see the watch through the front or back, you know, through that porthole there. So kind of cool packaging. And if you look at the watch, the main thing about this watch is the regular Sistem51s were affordable. Now these limited editions, they had a retail price of like $170 direct from Hodinkee. So a little bit pricier, a lot pricier really. But limited edition, and I think they hold value or go up potentially. It's hard to tell. I looked on eBay. Some of them are selling for, basically they either held their value or maybe even went up to the $300 to $400 range, depending on when you sell it, maybe who the buyer is, who the seller is, all that good stuff. But let's take a close look at the case back here real quick. There are a couple of scratches on this plastic. Everything's plastic on this guy, so it's going to scratch up easy. But you can see you have a transparent rotor, or maybe you can't see that, but you can kind of see that outer ring turn when I do that. So it's a complete transparent rotor, and then it has weights on the outer side. That way you don't see the interruption from like a half rotor transparency. They just did the whole plate. That way you don't really notice it. You have to really look for it. So, and it gives you a clean look at the actual movement, even being an automatic. Typically that would be hindered by a rotor that actually spins. So the main thing about the Sistem51 is there is 51 pieces, and then it's not assembled. There's no handmade assembly of this. It's completely manufactured by machines. And then there's one center screw there that holds the rotor, and then everything else together. It just kind of sandwiches it all together. It's pretty slick. Still Swiss made, but just, I don't think they're serviceable. Everything I've read says they're not really serviceable, so that part might not be the best part for people, but I mean, it does have a 90-hour power reserve, and I don't know, it probably depends on how much you wear it and everything, its lifespan, but I suspect it would last quite a while. So you can see there's some scratches on the front plastic screen as well. So Adam did actually wear this. You can see a smooth, fairly smooth sweep of that seconds hand. So yeah, it's not in perfect condition, but it's in really good condition. Let's pop this guy on the wrist, and while I'm doing that, I talk about the case size because I neglected that at the beginning. So you're looking at a 41.8 millimeter case. I took some pretty exact measurements on this. 41.8, 50.3 lug to lug, 13.5 millimeter thick, and it weighs in at a very lightweight 44 grams. Has this kind of silicone style strap, super comfortable, super easy to put on the wrist. And you can see there on my 7 1/4 inch wrist, it wears great, and the light weight of it also aids in the wearability. You can hear that rotor spinning. Well, not really spinning, but moving. I mean, you can hear it. It's very plasticky, mechanical-ish. Well, I mean, it is plastic and it is mechanical, so it sounds like it should sound, I suppose. So let me know what you guys think about this. I suspect there's a little bit of lume on the hour and minute hand. So let's blast that. Let's cheat a little bit. And then let's take a look at the lume, or lack of. Yeah, or lack of. It's not great, and I'm guessing it doesn't last very long, but there is some lume on the hour and minute hand. I guess why bother? I guess is my only thought on that, other than maybe that's an off-the-shelf handset, but just do them all white, or do them, you know, cream or red or something. I think the splash of white handset I'm fine with, because you have the white printing around the outside, and then you have the white date wheel, so it gives it kind of like a tricolor look to it, you know, against the black and everything. So I'm fine with the colorway, but ditch the lume. There's no lume. Don't try to pretend there's lume. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Big thanks to Adam again for sending this in. It's always fun to see a Swatch in here. Occasionally, I don't think I could handle too many of them, but it's fun occasionally. See you guys.